Want to see your logos, grippers? Get us to 1,000 subs. You have 1 week.
Welcome back to the Gred podcast. I'm Nathan. Today's guest.
I'm Reid.
Is that good?
I'm Sahara.
I'm Maury.
Do you want to run it back?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, we pay Brock. He can have his work cut out for him.
Big shout out to Brock. Like from Pokemon Brock, you got him to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's an editor now?
Yeah.
He's real.
He retired from
It's real.
catching Pokemon. He turned out to not be the very best that there ever was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he had that 10-year-old outshining him the entire time.
He definitely wasn't the very best when he was thrown in the back of the van.
Yeah. And then brought to us as a tribute.
Yes.
So the questions. So these are, I don't know if they're going to be too personal. So I'll just put that out there right now. But basically, it's just like it's a scenario-based thing of how you would react, right? So, for example, Reid, if Sasquatch came up to you with a gun and asked you to shoot a porno with him, how do you react to that?
Oh, Sasquatch, huh? See,
Yeah.
I'm not outrunning Sasquatch.
Or the bullets.
Bullets, yeah, that hurts. Yeah, I'd probably throw hands, and then
Now, his gun's he's not racked. All right.
immediately died. Probably. That's
So you're gonna throw hand. You're gonna fight the Sasquatch instead of just submitting to his whim.
yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's
What
honorable.
if it's a female Sasquatch?
Then I have a better chance of winning.
True. Good point. What if
Yeah.
you
Maybe
could
then I'm still gonna get my ass beaten.
you could reproduce and create a new species of half Sasquatch, half human hybrids.
Reed Quatch.
It's
Watch. You don't want that plague released upon the
Can you draw
land.
that?
Reed
You want to read
A Reed
Quatch?
Quatch? Yeah. It's just Harry
Yeah.
Reid.
Bro,
With a bow.
I'm already hairy.
Yeah.
With a bow. That'd be great. Yeah.
I mean, I'm already fucking hairy, so
See, that's probably why he approached you in the first place.
yeah.
yeah.
He knows
Yeah.
his
He's
audience.
got confused. He's like, you look like me.
This looks like a good candidate.
You look like me.
Maybe with Reid, he wouldn't even pull the gun. He'd just ask him politely.
Hey man,
Hey.
do you mind?
You want to be in a porno?
And I was like, no.
What are we?
Best thing ever. Just stare into his eyes and then just no, and then walk away. Crushed.
Damn.
Crushed forever.
What if he's like really smooth with it though?
Smooth with it?
Yeah.
Oh. He's got to be really smooth with it.
What
Yeah,
if
what
he's
if
got
he,
like
like-
those soft eyes? You know.
Yeah. What
that-
if you're like what if he like
He's got carrying
leans
eyes.
up
Baby
against
blue.
a wall and like stares at you in your eyes?
He's got caring.
Oh my God.
loving eyes.
Biting his lip.
1950s. Leaned against a tree. Backed his eyelashes at you.
He's like
my
he's
God.
he's doing what Robert Pattinson does in Twilight with a
Oh my god, yeah.
with,
Yeah. What if he calls you sweet tits?
Oh my god.
Oh, then he's scoring.
Tits.
What if he offers you a Newport and then asks you?
Yeah.
Now, if he
Hey,
handed
sweet
me,
tits.
if he handed me a joint, now he's cooking with gas.
Little doobie to get you in the mindset, you know.
Period.
And he's wearing like those early 2000s shader glasses, you know, like the plastic ones that have like the
The little
lines.
blind ones.
Yeah,
Pit
yeah.
Vipers.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
wearing
my god,
pit
pit
vipers.
vipers.
Pit vipers. Oh my-
Yo, Big Squatch comes up to me in Pit Vipers. I'm doing whatever he wants. All right? 'Cause I know that shit's
I
gotta be rad.
mean,
Papa
Pit
Squatch.
vipers and jorts.
Oh,
and
God.
Newports.
I know we're about to get rowdy and goofy.
And like a denim vest.
Not
Shit
the
better
denim
be
vest.
silly.
Not the Jess.
The Jess.
Ruffles your hair a little
The
bit.
jest.
Sahara, if a dude came up to you rocking some
Oh, no.
Jeekers, what are you doing?
Oh god.
What's a Jeeker?
Thank you.
Jean sneakers.
One time I was at the airport and this guy had slides on, but they were the slides with like the little pockets on them and they were like full of stuff. I don't know what was in his pockets. On his slides, they had zipper pockets and they were full of stuff. And I don't want to know what he
What?
keeps in his shoe pockets.
His shoes had fucking pockets? What the fuck?
Dude,
That's
yeah.
industrious.
I was like, that's where you hide the weed. That
No.
and they're not gonna look.
Yeah, 'cause
What
as
do
a
you
cop,
mean?
I would
Yeah.
never check slide pockets as a cop.
Yeah, you know, the most obvious place where there's never a fucking pocket. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Foot weed.
Foot weed.
Also, a zipper
Athletic
pocket
edition.
sounds like a slur.
A little bit, yeah.
It's half of one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just intensifies it with
It's
pocket.
Zipper pocket.
Oh,
That's the correct formula.
what do we?
Widow weed.
What you got next for us?
I want Nathan to get his grievances out about our Starfield episode.
Listen, first off, Starfield's a great game. All right. It's a fantastic game if you're a fan of Bethesda. If you're not a fan of Bethesda and you're just some fucking nobody who grew up with, like, I don't know, just FPS shooters, like the basic baseline run and gun, hack and slash, all that trash, you're not going to like Starfield, all right? Because you can't appreciate art. If you grew up with the majesty of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, right? The story, the sometimes slow pace that leads up to a big clashing ending, you know, like then you'd be like Starfield. All right, but if you're going with the mindset of I want nothing but running and gunning and explosions and nonstop action, no, you're not going to enjoy Starfield. All right, it is a work of art and it has its dips and dives, and it's supposed to because any good story has that part you don't want to read again or that part you fast forward through.
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the Rings, for example, all those Frodo bits very important to the story, but goddamn, I will not sit through them anymore.
Yeah, I can't even sit through any of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're like 8 hours.
It's too
to
much.
watch all three of them. So
I can't
Anybody-
do that shit sober.
Nah, Siege of Helm's Deep, I'm there.
yeah, I'm there for Siege of Helm's Deep. I'm there
Absolutely.
just for that. But you got something you want to say? I'll let you go first, Reid. Something you want
Well,
to retort with.
well, like this is, I would say it's up there for Bethesda games. It's definitely not the worst Bethesda game, for me. But I don't know. I just noticed a lot of glitches with like the audio not working properly, and sometimes when I would input dialogue responses, it would come up. They would respond as if I had said something else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw some of those. I'm not gonna lie, I saw some. But you got to roll with the punches, you know. In today's modern gaming era, you know, we have these A-list title producers that don't give a shit, and we have to accept that for the most part because
No.
nobody's storming their companies and demanding them to fix it. I
Uh,
think Starfield came out with a lot less bugs than like Fallout 4 did.
That's true, but I don't know. I still noticed it, and I hated it because the audio would just cut out, and then you just be walking in pure silence, which is the most eerie shit ever.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't like that. I had that happen for one of my playthroughs, and I was very upset. I was like, "There is absolutely no way I'm sitting through this." I was unplugging my microphones and checking my sound settings and everything. I restarted the game, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
Fuck it, rip out the CPU. Something's wrong.
Yeah, bro, use your imagination is what you should do.
Also, I
Where's the-
noticed that sometimes it would like sputter for me. It would just like stop and load completely, not in a load screen, just on its own. Also, there's
Yeah.
too many load screens.
Okay, well, I will say because I know I'll probably get a bunch of flack if I don't address this, but I understand bugs. I hate bugs. It is what it is. Most of these A-list titles coming out all have just an egregious amount of bugs, which I don't like. I think that should all be taken care of during playtesting before it's released to the the masses. I was speaking more from like a story perspective. I really hate the hate that Starfield's been getting for its actual plot line. The bugs, yeah, no, I didn't like them, but I just kind of roll with it. It's Bethesda at this point, like it's kind of expected.
Bethesda, to me, it seems like a company that kind of fumbled its way to success, and now they're just there.
Same.
Hey, that's what I identify with. You know, they're doing their best despite not knowing what's going on at any point.
Or do you have any
Well,
remarks?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Industrial Revolution and its consequences? So I think Bethesda has degenerated, and I am a person that votes with my wallet. And I was going to play it so I could review it on this.
Hmm.
But I bought it, okay, fucking $80 or whatever. And I was just like looking at the download, and eventually it finished downloading after a couple days, and then
Hmm.
I was just like, I can't do this, man. I feel like a scumbag. So I returned it. And I have played before Fallout 4 came out. Skyrim was my most played game. I had like 400 hours in it. And then Fallout 4 came out and I played it for like 2 weeks straight.
Jesus.
It felt like I was in the game. It felt like I was in Ready Player One, that I played it so much. And then I think I have like 800 hours in Fallout 4 if you add it all up.
Dude.
Wow.
The issue is, after Fallout 76, I cannot bring myself to purchase anything that Bethesda makes, and I just don't care about anything that they do anymore.
Valid.
I think their Fallout 4 story was already pretty mid, for the most part. It had some okay moments with like side quests, but the main story is just shit. And it was always pretty buggy. I can make Fallout 4 with mods look way better than Starfield looks. So I just stuck with Fallout 4, and I really don't care. And if I wanted to play something like Starfield, there's already No Man's Sky, which is even older and has more features. And I heard the story is pretty good, even though I haven't really done the story.
That's I take great issue with that because having played No Man's Sky, that game is single-handedly it's up there with Minecraft single player, where it is the most lonely, boring game. Yeah, sure, they do there's infinite planets, you can explore everything, but after a while, it's the same thing over and over again. There's no like sustenance
Yeah.
to like
There's a story to it.
investing. Yeah, but the story, it's. I don't feel like it's. It doesn't. Well, when I played it, which was a few years back, it didn't grab me. It was after the big update where No Man's Sky, when they first released it, fumbled the bag really bad, and then they,
Uh-huh.
fixed everything and made it actually playable. That's when I bought it.
Uh-huh.
I could not get in. I couldn't tell you what the story was about. I didn't care. I wanted to fly my ship around, and after a little bit, I was like, okay, this is when I was doing some base building because my thing is I like going on the planets and building up a big fortress and then making it look like a
Yeah.
research outpost or whatever. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
It was
That's No
pretty
Man's Sky.
lackluster. It was pretty lackluster in that regard. They didn't really have much going on in terms of like settlement building or the space combat was all right. I would actually say that the space combat in Starfield is better than No Man's Sky. No Man's I keep seeing that argument for No Man's Sky being like up there with like better than Starfield, like play this instead. But No Man's Sky is not able to be compared to to Starfield because it's just I feel like it's in a completely different ballpark, right? It doesn't go out to
Because
do what Starfield
Because
does.
Starfield is made by Bethesda, and No Man's Sky is made by like 5 dudes in a little
Yeah.
house, in a
I-
little office, in a little building.
I don't
Little
think
dudes.
like, oh, don't play Starfield, play No Man's Sky vibes is what I think of it. I think like there's some things that No Man's Sky just kind of handles a little better. Like you don't have to sit in a fucking loading screen when taking off from a planet, and
And
that
going into a planet,
yeah.
and you can fly to different planets
Well, I mean, you can
that
fly
actually
to
exist.
yeah.
I mean, I just feel like
Just those key things. It's like, all right, how does Bethesda, a company with what a couple thousand devs, not have that? You know,
I think that's fair.
That an indie developer has made. Star Citizen also has it.
Well,
Elite Dangerous even
hold on.
has it. And that game's been out for like 15 years.
Star Citizen has a shitload of money behind it.
Yeah, because that one dude.
Yeah,
And Star Citizen is just a scam, but
a little bit.
but you can fly to different planets without 15 loading screens.
I just feel like who wants to like sit through the 15 minutes of flying in black space, doing nothing, looking at
Well,
nothing?
no, you're looking at a planet, and then you get there.
Like,
The
Would
planet
you rather
takes
look at a
5
loading
seconds.
screen?
Loading screen takes 5 seconds, then I'm at that planet doing what I set out to do. I don't need to witness the full, grab jump travel that is involved. It just seems like a more like granted, it'd probably make the playtime last longer because you'd have to sit through waiting, going through all these planets, and you visit dozens and dozens of planets. That's gonna get I feel like people don't realize that that's gonna get old. Having to witness every single time you go to another planet, traveling in space. Because I'll tell you what, I'll let you on a secret. Space looks the same everywhere. It doesn't
yeah,
change.
the vast majority of space is empty.
I
Mhm.
played Flight Simulator. I remember flying from San Diego to LA to San Francisco, and it took like 4 hours or something. I was in like a 747 or something, and I just sat
My
there enjoying my
uh,
time, looking around.
my brother plays that game for so long.
There was
Yeah,
one.
Like he's also autistic.
yeah,
Like
same.
who's obsessed with planes. Like he spent 12 hours at the air show last weekend.
Same though. That's
I
based.
mean,
There was a
yeah.
day where Maury texted me and he's like, "I'm flying back," and he was talking about Flight Simulator, but I thought he was talking about for real, and I was like, "Do you need a ride from an airport, from the airport?" And he's like, "Nah, I got it." I was really tired, so I was like, "Oh, okay," and went back to bed. And then I texted him. I was like, "So what time do you get in?" And he was like, "I was talking about Flight Simulator, Reid."
I love that.
But anyways, yeah, I can't give my money to a corporation like Bethesda.
Here's what I'll tell you. This is my number one advice for playing any Bethesda game, but specifically Starfield because it's relevant now. But when you go into the game, if you should you choose to give it a shot, get in the mindset of the character. Really, it's an RPG role play. Get into it mentally, sink yourself into your character, and then let the game run. And I'm telling you, man, it's like watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar to Cyberpunk, where the characters make everything.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Maury, what do you think of the new Cyberpunk update?
I think it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Nathan here has been trying to get me to play Cyberpunk for I don't know, I think it's been like a year and a half at this
Amazing
point.
game. Amazing.
Yeah, when it first came out, Nathan, I think this is a good indication as to why he likes Starfield. He actually liked Cyberpunk when it first came out, so I
You
remember
gotta work past the bugs, man.
I remember I got it, and I tried to play it, and this was like a year after it had already released, and I remember the first thing that happened when I first started was that every 5 seconds there would be this really, really loud snap sound, and then the audio would go quiet, and then all the sounds would like hit at once,
Ooh.
and then
That
it
sounds
would keep
terrible.
going, and I just couldn't deal with it. And that was my first. And then the first like opening cutscene where Jackie's like taking you through the city and shit, that like montage, that glitched out, and it was just like all the characters were T-posing while they were walking around, and it still did that sometimes, but only for like a second. You can see it for like a second, and then it starts off like the actual thing. But before, the entire montage was T-posing, and that was it.
I love Cyberpunk bugs. Oh, so much. They were so funny because it was obnoxious.
Yeah, it's
It was a
funny.
joke.
It's funny to think that CD Projekt Red used to have a good reputation.
Yeah.
I just like that they had the car bomb bug where like randomly you'd be walking and cars would just explode out of nowhere. And then
They
the
would
motorcycle
yeah,
fly bug where you just like would hit a curb on your bike and you would
and
just
it would
fly
launch
across
you
the map.
into orbit. Yeah.
Fantastic. The
I
one
love
where like you'd be
that.
walking empty street and then you look behind you and there's just thousands of people spawning in.
Yeah.
Dude, so good. I'm glad they fixed it, but man, that was funny while I was in it.
My
Yeah,
first
now
experience with
it's
it,
go ahead.
I launched it, I started doing it. Started having fun. Didn't notice much bugs, and then I was playing a side quest, and then the quest item just fell through the floor, and then I was like, I'm done playing.
But yeah, I
Oh,
Yeah.
finally actually got into it, and the I tried to play it before the 2.0 came out, and then it was still pretty fucking ass. Um, the leveling specifically, it felt like I was playing an MMO because it would be like you'd level up and you'd get like 0.05% plus to your fucking attack speed or some shit, and you just have to keep getting that one so that you could fucking do 0.5% extra attack speed. And it felt
Mm.
kind of fucking pointless. It felt like rolling a boulder up a hill just for it to roll back down.
character was literally
Yeah.
Sisyphus.
Little widowy Sisyphus.
Widowy.
But now they rearranged they redid the entire fucking skill tree, and they like every single skill adds something new that you can do. It actually feels like you're getting better and you're becoming powerful. So that's pretty sick. They fixed a shitload of bugs. They added, I think the car trader, the auto trader. I
Mhm.
think before that you had to go out and like do different little mini side quests to find the cars, I think. So you could get that you could own those cars, or you had to buy them off some random dude. Now you just go on on your computer, in your safe house or whatever, and you go onto the computer and go into Auto Trader and you just buy it from there. But you have to have the right street
Street cred.
cred. Yeah, you have to have the right street cred to unlock it. Um, the driving's pretty sick. And then the DLC added a shitload of different like little quests where you pick up a car somewhere. You'll just be driving along and you see on your map, you'll see a little wheel symbol and you can get in that car, kill whatever enemies is around it or whoever's driving it. And then you get in the car and then you have to go and drop it off at some location. And sometimes it's about like getting the car is the issue, or like getting in the car. Sometimes the issue is like there's a time trial. Like you'll need to go like 2 kilometers in like 1 minute 40 seconds or something, and the car's pretty slow. So it's been like 3 times that I finished with 1 second to spare, and it gets
Oh.
pretty intense. Like they did that like really well, if I'm honest. Like I hate time trials, but that like it's not unrealistic.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
about to say, I've never been a fan of time trials in games.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But they actually do it pretty
I
well.
think the
in my
most
opinion.
egregious example was Batman Arkham Knight. That was fucking.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
For me, it was Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter.
Jax.
That's
oh,
right. There was a second one where you drive the cool future cars, whatever, through the sand. Or...
Yeah, like the desert town.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, God throwback.
But the DLC added a lot of new shit. I've even noticed like some more changes. I think more side quests. In the main world, but they added a completely new town called Dogtown. Idris Elba's in it. So far, he's done really fucking well. As
I'm
always, Idris Elba plays Idris Elba very well.
Hey,
You know?
yeah, let me tell you, Idris Elba is like the best fictional character. It's way better than The Rock.
Yeah. Because Idris Elba is just Idris Elba, but
I love
it's
Idris
Idris
Elba.
Elba, so it's good.
God, that man's voice does things to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah?
respectfully.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Respect. I appreciate the respectful.
Bussin'.
That shit
Anyways.
busting.
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's fixed. Everything feels sick. The combat way better. They added dashing. The combat's a lot faster. You can actually make builds. Like you can. There's Cyberpunk build planner. You can go online and plan your builds. How you're gonna spend your perk points or whatever.
Ooh.
I just highly recommend it. Every single review that pops up on my YouTube because Big Brother's always watching. They've all
Facts.
the title of them is always you really need to play Cyberpunk 2.0 or something like that. Cyberpunk 2.0 is amazing. That's all I've been seeing. So if you don't play it, you're a
Nice.
fucking scumbag.
Literally.
Google it,
No.
scumbag.
I swear by Cyberpunk, dude. When that game first came out, I dug into it. I think I've beaten originally. I beat all the endings, and I started reading. Like I was trying to find novels revolving around the game. I was reading the lore book that came out with it, and I was like, bro, they have to make a sequel or at least drop just like hella DLC like they did with Witcher, because that
Yeah.
story is phenomenal. Like I told Garcia, it's like watching a movie, bro. It's like watching a movie that's like a choose your own adventure where you're in it, and
Oh,
it featuring Keanu Reeves, which is
Yeah.
already a huge plus.
yeah. I
And
like.
then
Go ahead.
the anime that came out and the way they incorporated the anime into
Yeah.
the game, seamless, beautiful, very
Yeah.
sad, cried a
was
little
smart.
too hard.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Whenever the song comes on,
What?
I really want to stay at your house. Whenever that song comes on the radio in the game, or I just hear it out in the world, dude,
Just
sad.
brings me back.
Very
man.
sad. Yeah, I like it's I see a lot of parallels with immersive sims like Deus Ex, and I really like that because I love immersive sims and I don't think there's enough of them. And I think this is like the aspect of choosing like what you want to do with a given situation, given your tools that you have. I like that, and I don't see anyone talking about how it's an immersive sim, but it's a lot like an immersive sim.
That's cool.
Like we were talking about I was talking about what's it called? Gloomwood.
Yeah, Gloomwood.
What would you
Yeah.
what would you give it?
Probably like a 10. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd give it a 10.
wow.
I've
Nice.
found no issue with it. However, there are like one or two glitches that I've encountered. The audio sometimes every now and again will like go quiet for like a second and then start back up again. It's only happened like twice in like a week. And you do have to get the new drivers, the new NVIDIA drivers for it to work properly, or else it will continue to crash over and over again.
Speaking from experience,
NVIDIA made completely a new driver just for the update. It literally says
Wow.
on the NVIDIA app that the driver is specifically for playing Cyberpunk 2.0. Also, the game
Wow.
looks fucking phenomenal.
That's good.
Yeah.
Listen,
Nice. That's the highest rating you've given anything.
yeah, Payday
Wow.
3 is the second place.
Yeah, what
But
did
I-
he give it? An 8.5 or 7.5 or something like that?
I think it's 7.
I give it. an
Yeah.
8.
Anyways, what's our next topic, boys and girl?
Okay,
I don't care.
my most
I'll be fluid.
okay. This is the most haunting experience I have ever had.
Oh my.
So when I think I was like 10, I think it was 10, and my mom, we were in Las Vegas. It was a family vacation, and my mom and aunt wanted to go White River rafting. And guess who didn't want to go White River rafting?
Yourself.
Everyone else.
Not Reid.
But
Okay.
but they're in charge, so we did it. And
Uh-huh.
we're going. We get there, and the entire time, my brother and I are like, we don't want to do this, and my dad's like, I don't want to fucking do this. The entire time, and my mom's like, no.
Mandatory fun.
My mom's like, mandatory family fun. We're doing it.
I love that for your mom.
So
Good for her.
we get there, we check in, and we're getting to the boat, and the guide says, "This is my first solo guiding."
No, he doesn't.
It
No,
was
he
a
doesn't.
lady. She says,
Oh my
"It's my
God.
first solo guide." Here's a life tip for everyone watching. If you're doing anything that requires a tour guide and they say, "This is my first time," fucking leave. Don't do it. Run.
Well, that requires your safety.
Honestly,
Yeah.
interesting.
Run.
Most tour guides require safety though.
Yeah, some well,
in different
I
levels.
suppose.
Yeah.
In different
Different levels.
levels, you know?
Like
Like,
if it's a docent at the museum, I mean,
You-
with
yeah,
respect,
You're
if someone's
probably
giving
fine.
you
you're not
a
gonna
tour of the
drown.
moon, I really want my tour guide to know what the fuck he's doing, you know?
I
But
want to wing it.
she says, "This is my first solo tour guide," and my dad looks at my mom like, "We still doing that?"
Oh my-
And she's like, "Come on!" And we get on the boat, and we go, and we immediately hit a rough patch, and I lose my paddle, and I start freaking the fuck out. And they
That's
make
good.
they because I was a 10-year-old, and I start crying,
Yep.
and they make me sit in the middle of the boat, because I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kept hitting these rocky patches, and each time we came close to fucking capsizing.
Yeah.
One of them, it was bad enough. My uncle, we got stuck. He fell over backwards on the boat,
Oh no.
but got caught. So he was just dangling over the side, head in the water,
Oh,
and he could have hit his head on a rock.
Mhm.
And like, kid me? Oh, well, he's dead. Is immediately
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
My dad had to walk up, grab him, and pull him in. It was pretty bad. I think total we almost capsized like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And even the part where it was supposed to be easy, still a fucking problem somehow. But the other boats, they're seeing this, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because they're just chilling, handling this
I hope
easily.
she got fired. Like,
And like she had no control of the boat, no steering, pretty much. Fucking just going.
raw dogging that.
Duty
shit.
of every man on that vessel to handle that situation, and it just sounds like you're maybe projecting the blame on this this poor tour guide who probably didn't volunteer to just go on her first run with a full family.
No, I'm gonna. What? Well, she looked excited about it.
Oh boy.
They're paid to be excited.
Yeah, they're paid. She's doing her job, and part of her job is steering the fucking boat and giving out instructions on how to steer the boat, and she wasn't doing that. So my dad
Yeah.
kind of had. My dad had to do it, but he didn't. He's not a boat
Dad-
person.
This all sounds like an allegory for being in the army.
How could you even like who signs up for that job? Like does that just like post it out about, hey, you want to be in charge of this incredibly dangerous but yet fun recreational activity where the risk of dying
That
is
is
above
exactly
like
how it's
100%?
done.
Yeah, eventually, I've heard with skydiving guides, they get numb to skydiving, so eventually you don't even fucking think about it. So
Think about 'em. That's wonderful to think about.
Either the
Yeah.
shoot works or it's not your problem anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
When I hit the ground, not my problem.
But my dad tries to start giving out instructions. It's like, do this, do that, and then we get to the point where it's like, oh, the lady's like, okay, we're reaching the end of this. There should be no more rough patches. And after she says this, we immediately hit another rough patch.
Ah,
Base.
of course.
Yeah, we immediately hit
All I
another
have
rough patch, and
Is
then
women.
I'm pretty much freaking out the entire time. There was one part where it was chill and the water was neutral, and my brother got out and jumped in the water and started swimming around. He's like, "Come on, Reid, get in the water," and I was just like, "Fuck no, I'm staying in the fucking boat."
Yeah.
Your brother in these stories is just so funny to me.
We sound the same.
Water.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
I bet you do.
Ain't gonna catch me in no river, just in case there's river sharks.
Damn straight. Fucking fear the river shark.
Ain't catching me lacking.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to shore, and everyone is pissed at. So what you're supposed to do when you get to shore, you're supposed to help the tour guide drag the boat onto shore. We
Oh,
get
hell
to
no.
we get to shore, and we all immediately just leave her.
That's so wrong.
An offering to
I
the
love
river
that for
gods.
you guys.
We get to shore, and it's like, fucking figure it out. Fuck you. And then we're leaving.
Mutiny.
We're leaving, and I see like
much.
the head tour guide just fucking tearing into this lady.
She got fired for sure.
Yeah, someone almost dying your first solo trip. Not good for you. Not good.
Yeah.
No, Definitely not.
And
Lit.
we got in the car, and before I say this, I want to preface this. My dad never allowed us to talk to my mom like this, and it was not okay to talk to my mom like this. But
This time.
time, it was allowed. We get in the car, and I was just like, "What the fuck was that?" And my brother's like, "Why did you make us do that? That was terrible." And we just kind of kept going for like a couple minutes. And my dad just sat there quietly because he was fucking pissed too. He was like, "I fucking told you, I knew this would happen."
Oh my god.
We did apologize later, but my dad just let it rip because it was like everyone said we don't want to do this, and we ended up doing it anyway, and it was highly traumatic.
Yeah. Later, did you find out that lady actually didn't work there?
Yeah, it's just some random stranger.
That would
Yeah.
be.
They just brought her in from the street because
Y'all want to go on a boat ride?
But ever since that, anytime I do anything new with a boat, I'm just like, fuck, nope, We were in Louisiana, and we went on a fan boat, and my dad was like, "Get on the fucking boat," and I was like, "No." And he's like, "Get your ass on the fucking boat," and I was like, "Fine." I pretty much uneasy around boats, probably for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But the fan boat
I
was
was literally gonna ask you if you wanted to do something boat related like 2 weeks ago.
depends what it is.
Now knowing,
Because
it was like a boat tour by the beach.
that sounds like it would be fine, but like with the fan boat in my head, I'm like,
Extreme boat riding.
fan boat is almost like, okay, in the area we're fan boating in, there's crocodile, there's
fun.
alligators.
Oh, you'd be fine, Reid.
Yeah, the tour guide, she was experienced. She's like, "Don't worry." She pulled out a gun.
That's how you know.
As she should, yes.
Yeehaw.
But
Where'd you go to? Florida?
No, it was Louisiana. But
Same.
the gun, it was probably
same thing.
I don't remember what caliber it was, but if she shot an alligator with it, the bullet would probably go through the alligator and through the boat.
Yeah.
It was something big. It was,
And then through a tree.
and then through the core of the earth, and then directly to the, and
And
then
then directly to Reid's leg.
And then
That's-
keep
that's-
going.
Fun fact about alligators: they are bulletproof up to 7.62. I have one of their
Cool,
scales.
Matt.
the most dangerous predators are fucking bulletproof.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
think those things haven't changed for like 8 million years. They've just been the same. They just got a
Yeah.
little bit smaller. That was it.
Yeah, what do we
Oh my god,
dinosaurs?
prehistoric bears. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I learned a terrifying fact about polar bears.
What is it?
Their fur is transparent, and it's
Yeah.
white because it reflects on light. But their
Mhm.
skin is actually black. So at night, you can't see them.
Mm-mm.
Whoa.
Yeah, hard pass on that. I don't mess with polar bears, bro.
Widowy darkness.
They tell you not to mess with the polar bears.
Like, what do we know?
Widowy, fuck that. Widowy cannot even with that shit.
I've read dozens of them stories about polar bears. They are nightmarish. They just kill no matter what. Like there was I can't remember all the details of it, but they're back in the 1800s. I want to say there was explorers that went to, I believe it was Antarctica. Maybe it was 1900s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're talking about the one where they try to find the Northwest Passage.
Well, is that the one where they were going up a river on a boat and this polar bear would just come over, pull one of the guys off the boat, kill him, and then go back in the water to grab another one, and he was just stacking bodies as they were going through this river?
Yeah.
Like, bro,
in the book, it's described because they didn't know what a polar bear was. So in the book, it describes them. It just describes it as like this giant monster, this giant beast that just refused to die. And then it turns out it was just a polar bear. But they didn't know what that was. So that was like one of the first times that they'd seen a polar bear. Was when they tried to find the Northwest Passage.
Remember, kids, the rule for bears: black, fight back; brown, lay down; white, good night.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Makes sense at the.
So I can't find it because people don't want you to know about this.
Mm-hmm.
But penguins are awful creatures.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I refuse to believe that.
Well, the
Necrophiliacs.
that
They
and
kidnap
same, though.
babies.
What?
What?
They kidnap babies, not like human babies, like other chicks.
Nah, they're
So, like,
kidnapping
if
human.
one-
They're kidnapping human babies, and the liberal media
That
is
would be
covering it up.
funny.
Same though.
I'll be raised by a penguin.
Whoa. No, but if one miscarries or their baby is stillborn, they'll steal another egg.
Based.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, there's
Yeah.
just so many other facts, but
Penguins. Sometimes they'll push other penguins into the water to check if there's killer whales.
oh
there.
yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That one's funny.
Almost as bad as pandas. Pandas are fucking shit creatures, and they deserve to die.
Are pandas just like?
That too.
Don't people just say like they're like a worthless animal? Like they don't do
They,
anything.
they
just die?
really are, and they're extinct because of a combination of poaching, to be fair, but also they kill each other, accidentally or intentionally, just because they feel like it. They
Yeah.
kill their babies. They kill the females just because. Sometimes they'll have babies, and the mother will just like roll over and asphyxiate their baby.
Well, according to the poet Jack Black, they know kung fu. So
Yeah, I
That's
guess
fact.
so. Yeah,
you can find that.
skadoosh.
That's actually in a scientific journal.
that's
Yeah.
right. See,
I love that.
you see, little Tay is back for
I
real
did.
this
Yeah,
time.
from the dead.
Little
Back
Tay, the
from the
rapper that
dead.
got
Yeah.
arrested when he was a kid or something like that.
No, little Tay was that little girl who would flex
9-year-old.
who would flex on Instagram, and
She'd
it
have
turned
like $51 bills.
yeah, and it turned out that she was flexing houses that her mom was trying to sell because she was a realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so sad. I feel like I feel like her parents were forcing her into it. And now
Her
her
mom
parents are
was.
divorced. Yeah, for sure. It's them Asian parents.
Yeah.
AO?
I come from an Asian household. I'm not being racist.
Good. Play the card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Yep.
Mexican and they forced me to do everything. No,
Okay.
I'm kidding.
What's everyone's greatest food eating achievement?
I'll go last on this one.
Okay,
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna go first. Mine would be devouring a 20-piece chicken McNugget in 90 seconds.
I could do that.
I was proud of it.
I feel like everyone can do that.
You can
That's
fi-
okay.
while also drinking a slushie and dipping them in sauce. I wasn't
think-
going
I'll
for speed.
save you time, put 5 in your mouth and pour a packet of sauce in there.
Okay, that's a professional strategy right there.
Yeah.
I think mine was a Thanksgiving when I was like 10 to 12, somewhere around that range, and we had this big platter of ham. And I would say the platter was about like a few pounds of leftover ham. And my grandpa looked at me and he was like, "Hey, you can't eat all that." And I was like, "You want to bet?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna get the ham sweats." And I was like, "What are the ham sweats?" He's like, "You'll find out." And I started eating them, and I finished this plate, a few pounds of ham. I was just chugging it back, and it was hurting a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I finished it, and I kid you not, I was sweating. My tummy hurt. I was salivating like I was gonna throw up. And he looked me dead in the eye and he says, "The ham sweats, boy. That's the ham."
Yeah.
And he walked away.
Damn sweats.
But my stomach hurt for like the 2 days afterwards. Just my body processing all that pork or something just does something
Yeah.
to you. I
Yeah.
experienced ham
Wow.
sweats.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never gotten ham sweats, thankfully.
Me
I'm
either.
I
very-
hope I
very
never
careful.
get them. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Don't
And I eat a
recommend
lot
it.
of ham.
Yeah, don't recommend it, but try to top that.
You know,
Alright.
I eat ham every 5 minutes.
Wow.
Not a big pork guy.
I-
think with that.
I have to wait till Thanksgiving or else. If I don't, then I will become a pig based on how much
Wow.
ham I would be eating. Ham
Yeah.
is what keeps me alive every year.
I have
Damn.
another one that's a little insane. So when I was a kid, my brother, I was probably 12. My brother, his friend Xander, and I went to Little Caesars. We got 2 pizzas and each got our own bag of breadsticks, and we ate it all. As it was a lot of food. I felt gross.
I see. First time.
Sahara?
I ate a
Sahara doesn't do
donut.
that.
I ate a donut once.
No, I don't do that because I can't eat foods.
I ate
I have
4 tubs
So
of ice
much wrong
cream.
with me.
I had one bowl of noodles one time.
I had
One
a
whole
cake
bowl.
pop
I
past
had a
9 p.m.
leaf.
Did someone feed you past midnight?
No, I'm not.
Alright.
No, I don't know. I think everyone really has Thanksgiving stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eating
I
day.
don't personally because I know my limits, but my aunt's boyfriend came to Thanksgiving one year, and my family still talks about it because my family loves deviled eggs. I don't. And
Mhm.
so they always make like we have these like holders for deviled eggs, and every year my mom will make like 30 or like more.
Yeah.
And we have this hutch that she puts all the like sides out on while they're getting ready. So like the ones that can go out there first for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And he's a big guy. He's like 6'6" or something like that. He's a big guy. And we couldn't find him for a little bit, and he ate all but like 5 of the eggs
Uh.
in the first 5 minutes of him being there.
He had a
Champ.
And
mission.
he
Came
didn't
there for
know
it.
that those were for the dinner,
Uh-huh.
and he just ate them. And he was just like piling them in his it was
He just walk. He's like Kirby.
What a legend.
yeah. He felt so bad.
I do that, but with dinner rolls.
Oh yeah, dinner rolls.
I'd do that with deviled eggs. They're pretty fucking good.
Okay, Maury, what's yours?
So 2021, there's this thing called Tropic Lightning Week, and it's where the entire division, the entire 25th ID, has different competitions, and I think food eating wasn't one of those. It was right after Tropic Lightning Week. I think it was called. It's just Squadron. So my squadron had its own little week of competitions. So all the different companies would compete. And one of the things I looked through the list of all the different things that you could do that you could sign up for. It was like football, softball. It was like tennis, bunch of other
A lot
shit.
of
And then
stuff with
and then and then
balls.
way at the back, it was food eating.
I
And
don't know.
I didn't really feel like doing anything, but everyone was like, "No, you have to do something. You have to sign up for something." And I saw that no one signed up for food eating, so I did that. So I signed up for food eating. Now, when I was little, I lived with my uncles, and my cousin and I would be eating, and then my uncles would get us to compete for who could eat faster than the other person. And after a while of doing that, it just became natural. So I just normally eat very fast. So I went into this competition with not a lot of professional food eating experience. I just wanted to see how it would go. Everyone was hyping me up. Everyone, even my commander, he was like, you gonna, hey, Garcia, you
Yo,
gonna win that?
Toland.
Yeah, good old Toland. You gonna run the food eating competition?
You gonna-
Huh? I saw you sign up for food eating. I was like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna eat some food. That's good. That's good. I'll be there.
This dude
Yeah.
sounds like the most annoying fucking guy on planet
He
Earth.
was
I hope he
very
sees this.
annoying.
I hope he sees this.
I hope
episode
he
somehow.
sees this as well. I love him. Great commander. Well, great dude. I don't know about great commander, but
Sure love
Yeah.
talking about selling cars.
yeah.
There's a
Great.
chip shortage.
And then so he was like, yeah, Kimosabi or whatever. Yeah, you gotta do really well. And then it gets to that day, and I didn't eat anything for the whole day, and I saw one video on on hot dog eating, because that's what it was.
Oh no.
And I came in expecting it to just be, whole hot dogs with the bun, and the sausages are cooked. And I get there, and it's 10 sausages on a plate. And everyone else competing is fat and giant. There was at least 6 foot each of them, and there's like 5 other dudes, and they're all fat, they're all giant, and everyone's hyping me up for my company for some reason. And
it was insane. You were a
Yeah.
champion going against Diablo diabetics.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so it came down to it. The sausages were not cooked, I don't think.
Oh
It was
my
just
God.
raw fucking sausages on a plate. There's 10 of them.
The more you talk, the more army this is sounding.
Yeah.
They
And
definitely
then
didn't put any effort into setting this
nope,
up.
nope. It was definitely like one dude
Low effort.
set this up.
Mm.
Just went to the store, bought a pack of plates and a pack of sausages, and put them all on a plate on the table.
I hate that.
And it was right after they did football, so everyone that competed in football just stopped. We saw who won, whatever, and then food eating, and everyone gathered around, and so the thing started, and I started off quite strong. I got a pretty good lead. I needed to get a drink of water, and my commander opened the bottle for me. Great dude, great guy. And then everyone was yelling, "Fuck you, Joey Chestnut! I'm not on your chest!" And then I finished in a minute 30, and the second place finished in 2 minutes 30.
Damn.
Oh wow.
I finished a minute ahead of everyone else, and I won.
Face.
Bro, witnessing this, it was like, oh, I don't know, it was like watching a birth in nature. It was just beautiful. Like the man was, he like it looked like he zoned out of the world. He was in his own bubble, and
I
his
love
eyes
that.
were firmly locked on these glizzies, and he was just slopping these bad boys back,
Timur,
throwing them back.
I got an idea. We send you to hot dog eating contest, and you gotta
Uh-huh.
win, and then you just promote the podcast in your speech.
Okay.
I think you can do it.
Yeah.
The other day
I'd
though,
watch that.
I went to McDonald's with a bunch of dudes, and I mentioned how I usually at McDonald's get like 6 cheeseburgers,
Jesus
and
Christ.
the dude, one of the dudes, he's retarded. He's like I'll pay for 2 of them if you get 8 and eat them. So I got 8 cheeseburgers, and I did 2 bites each for all of them except one, which I did a 1 bite on for the first time. So I can 1 bite cheeseburgers.
Oh.
That was a one.
That's a skill.
I did 1 bite on a donut yesterday just cause see if I could.
When you
Put
say
that
did
on
it.
your
bite,
resume, my guy.
you just throwing that thing in your mouth like the entire
Yeah, the
thing?
whole thing. Yeah,
Oh my god.
Jesus.
you put the whole thing in your mouth. and
Hey
then
yo, what does
This
it
is
do,
Gobbler out
bro?
there.
I gotta.
What
I
does
gotta.
it do?
What was your? What did they start
I
calling
can
you
probably
after?
fit the Glizzy King.
I thought they called
I'm
you the Glizzy Gobbler.
No, it's the Glizzy King.
Oh,
Glizzy,
'Cause I won.
glizzy
I
gobbling
I
king,
vote
bro.
on name change.
I vote for Glizzy Gobbler.
Me
The
too.
Glizzy King.
It was
'Cause I'm the king.
incredible. Gobbling them glizzies, bro. That's all people were yelling too, just chanting,
Yeah.
gobble them glizzies.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Um,
It was crazy because like compared to the other guys, Garcia was like he didn't look like an eater at all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
well, no.
He was definitely playing it low, but those guys were beefy. They
Jokes
were
on them. He's got a black hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
literally, bro.
Yeah.
Man had the munchies hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smoked a shitload of weed before doing it.
You ever heard of Terrare?
Kidding.
The French dude that had an insatiable appetite, and
Yes.
he once ate like a whole live baby that he stole
They
from a
killed him.
hospital.
They killed him
Allegedly,
after
it
that.
was allegedly. He was never found guilty for it.
Yeah. Come on, the
Yeah,
evidence is there,
I'd
man.
say-
Wake up.
Wake up. Stop. Wake up, sheeple.
Yeah, wake up, sheeple.
I just remembered because I was thinking about it a little more. When I was like 9 or 10, I had just moved back. My family bought me for like as a gift because I love popcorn. Popcorn is like one of my favorite snacks. They bought me a 5-pound bag of popcorn from Smart and Final. So it's huge. It doesn't taste good, but
Mhm.
I ate that shit in like an afternoon.
Ooh. Never feels great when you do shit like that.
Yeah.
No, but you would think that would ruin popcorn for me, but I still eat popcorn like all the time.
Well, because you're a fucking gremlin.
I
Yeah.
am a gremlin, but that's okay.
It's no.
I finished the Reid Squatch.
All right. Brock,
I'm sending it
put it
in
on screen.
topic.
No way.
so you
I
guys
wanna
can see it.
this. I wanna
Let's see
this. Oh my god.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
damn!
Oh.
Damn!
Oh.
Wow!
Oh
I
god.
love it.
Ah.
Yeah, I like. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on, I
He's
gotta-
ready.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
if this is the guy approaching me asking me to shoot the porno with a gun, I can just tell him put the gun away, bro. I'm in.
Yeah, this is going on a shirt at some point.
Oh.
He needs to have like his hand over the Gred podcast, and it's just on all of our hoodies.
No, we put a sensor block in between his legs, and then we put the Gred podcast,
Yeah, or like a little leaf.
and you remove it, and it's just a troll face.
It's just Maury's face.
It's the wanted poster.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm editing that.
All right,
I gotta send it
you
to
know what
him.
time? You know what time it is? Time for crazy ass shit from history.
All right. I'm playing the jingle. Cuz fuck you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, everyone listen to the jingle that I sent in topics.
Oh no. I love that.
I don't know. I don't think this matches.
You know what, Reid? You just suck.
I think
think
it
that
needs
has been the
Maury's little
issue.
scream that he does when he comes into the call.
The trap.
You know what I'm
remix of
talking
it.
about.
Do I do that?
No, you
Scream when I
don't.
come into the-
I do not know what she's fucking talking about.
The audio go nuts. So that thing.
All right, what do you guys think that today's topic is?
What was
Well,
last time's nuking the moon, right?
Yeah, last time was nuking the moon.
Nathan, go ahead. Go
you-
first. Go first.
Emperor Caligula, Rome.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, Sahara.
I'll go last. I don't know.
All right,
Is it Mike?
Sahara.
Is it a dude?
My cock in your
I
mouth.
think it's. Can I guess like the era it's from?
Sure.
I think it's before the 1900s.
All right. So, today's crazy ass shit from history is about the flush that sunk a submarine.
Okay.
During World War II
Oh.
in the 1940s.
Mine.
Yeah, you were way off. Germany.
Well, you know what? I don't.
Germany decided for some reason to remove septic tanks from their submarines.
Uh-huh.
For no fucking deceivable reason. The only reason they could have is to reduce the weight.
Uh-huh.
So they made a toilet. They made a toilet that flushes out into the ocean. But there was a major drawback to this toilet. Can you all guess what that was?
It depressurized the submarine.
All right, Sarah.
Oh no.
All right, Nathan.
Big Stinky.
You couldn't
Yeah.
flush it underwater, so I'm gonna give that to
Okay.
Nathan.
Yeah.
What?
You could not flush the toilet because of the pressure of the ocean would probably rip apart the submarine while it's
That's-
underwater. So they would have.
I'd hope so.
So they would have to shit and piss into buckets.
Oh my god.
Same.
Which gross. If they got hit by a torpedo or there was any turbulence, shit would hit the fan, literally.
Literally. Widowy.
Widowy.
Wait till we hit the fan.
Also, the point of the only reason the Germans got rid of the septic tank was to reduce the weight, but now they just have buckets full of shit and piss, kind of just acting as mini septic tanks, so it defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's worse than a septic tank.
Talk about a shitty situation.
Hey! Oh!
Oh, this guy.
Hey.
But
I will fuck
don't
or say that
worry.
shit again.
German engineering just decided they weren't done yet, and they made
Oh, no,
a
of course
better
not.
version of the toilet. They
Well,
made
that's forged.
Better in what way? Like better as in
so
good.
they
or
made a
better as
toilet so
in
it
shit?
flushed into a pressure chamber, and then the chamber would reach a pressure greater than the ocean, and then it would shoot the poop out, creating a
Okay.
shit torpedo.
Poop
So-
cannon.
Okay,
So
that was what I was gonna ask. Why couldn't they just put the shit where they put the torpedoes and just fire that shit into the ocean?
Y-
Same thing.
I mean,
Bucket
okay,
gone. Wait, gone.
Sahara. So you need to
What?
create something that you just need to hollow out a torpedo
Uh-huh.
and just put the
And
poop
put
there.
the shit in there?
Yeah, but you'd run
Oh my
out of
God.
torpedoes probably.
Yeah, you'd run out of torpedoes.
Yeah.
And then you can't
Ew.
shit.
And then you can't shoot at shit either.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
didn't make a toilet. They made the first pooping submarine,
That's
Yeah.
correct. They
Yeah.
did.
which is
Poopy.
So
they created a shit torpedo. Now you'd
The
think
SS
you'd
Poopatania.
think with this brand new toilet there is no drawbacks. You'd be wrong. There's
It's
two. Guess what they are?
It didn't work.
All right. There's two drawbacks.
Yeah, it would get stuck.
Okay.
The chamber doors or whatever.
Nathan.
big stinky.
Okay. There's two drawbacks, by the way.
Oh, and the other one is I don't know anything about submarines.
Too much stinky.
Yeah, so big stinky and then like a bigger stinky. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
Sahara.
Yeah.
I said it didn't work. I'm gonna say it clogged all the time.
So this.
Oh, wait. I think doing that would cause a radar signal.
All right.
Mhm,
This
mhm, mhm.
toilet was so complex that the crew couldn't flush it, and there needed to be a new crew member trained on flushing the toilet. He was
My
referred
God.
to as the shit man.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
put that
love
on a
that.
resume.
Yeah, that's what they called me in high school.
So instead of having a septic tank, they have a new crew member.
They just had new salaries.
Just
That's
more
so
spending
stupid.
more money and probably more weight than just having a septic tank.
Oh.
But
I hate
also
that.
the toilet needed to be used 100% right. You can't use it wrong. If you use it wrong, it could be catastrophic. But
How do you use it wrong?
You flush it wrong. But good thing nothing bad would ever happen. Just kidding. U-boat 1206, 8 days into their first. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Whoa.
I think he had a shit.
Thanos
Why?
snapped his ass.
U-boat 1206, 8 days into their first patrol ever. The commanding officer, Adolf Schlitt, sounds like shit.
Of course,
Me
of
too.
course.
Yeah.
Of course it would be his ship.
Schlitt had to shit, so he did. Instead of calling the shit man to do his fucking job and flush the toilet, Schlitt looks at the toilet and is like, "Shh, I want to flush it. I'm an officer. I can do this.
Oh my God.
I'm smart."
Every officer. Literally every officer.
Plot twist. Turns out he was a dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, everything possible goes wrong. The bathroom proceeds to start to fill with seawater and shit. This is when This is the only circumstance that not having a septic tank is useful because it's just his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good at least.
This toilet is only better when it's malfunctioning.
Oh god.
Now, this could have been easily fixed.
Mhm.
If it weren't for an item that was stored in the bathroom. What dangerous item was stored in the bathroom?
Torpedoes. I don't know.
A gunpowder.
Okay. Sahara?
I said I don't know.
Nathan?
Uranium.
Ooh.
You're all wrong. It's high capacity batteries, of course.
What? Why?
I don't
In the
in the
fucking know.
bathroom?
I don't know.
Or
They were in the same compartment as the toilet. When the high capacity batteries meet seawater, they start to release hydrogen and chlorine gas. Hydrogen gas is flammable, and chlorine gas is a fucking chemical weapon. So the sub would immediately have to surface so they wouldn't die. They immediately start venting the submarine to let the gas out, but an airborne combatant sees them. Who? Who saw them?
USA.
All right. That's Nathan's guess. Maury?
the English.
All right. Sarah?
Poland.
Maury is correct. The RAF, who
Ah.
the RAF saw them and immediately started shooting at them, rightfully so.
Nice.
They sink the sub. The crew escapes, makes it to life rafts, but they were all captured. They would be jailed for the rest of the war, which was a really long time. Just kidding. It was 3 weeks.
Oh my god, that's sad.
It makes it infinitely more funny that there was only 3 weeks left in the war. Just 3 weeks. And they could have avoided this.
Yep.
I wonder if in prison the shit man like just was berating the commander the entire time.
You
Yeah,
fucking
taking
idiot.
one job.
You...
I would have.
In the jail cell, just sitting next to him.
I'm
You
betting
should let
you
me
killed
flush
him.
it.
You know, if you just let me
Oh,
fucking flush
you
the
know-
toilet, we wouldn't be in this predicament, sir.
How you feeling?
My name is the shit man. Just
My
let me do
name-
my job.
My name.
Just let me do my job.
You trying to take my job?
Name
Oh
is the
my
shit man.
god.
I
Name's
love
the
that.
Shit, man.
I hope that's what happened.
Oh, Adolf Schlitt died in 2009.
Wow.
I hope he never flushed another toilet.
Adolf Hitler.
Do you think you get PTSD every time you flush a toilet?
Probably.
You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Never flushed again.
I remember the submarine.
yeah, I remember the time of me flushing a big dookie and it sank the submarine.
He makes his wife
Can
come
you-
in every time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being German command and receiving that report?
No. I would laugh. Honestly.
Once the commander could not flush his turd down the toilet.
Und Commander not flush his toilet.
Und
Commander Schlitt took a shit.
flush toilet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that was this week's crazy ass shit from history.
Beautiful.
Literally a crazy ass shit.
That's right.
White.
Right. Don't
so-
worry. Next week, the next one, okay, genuinely, might have been caused by God. Okay.
They do be doing
Nice.
stuff.
Yes. So typically, Nathan, what I'll do is I'll give Maury a character to do an impression of, and then he'll do the sub goal and outro as that character. So just pick the impression that Maury does.
What's his face? Who's the dude from Red Dead that he's always like, I have a plan.
Oh, Dutch?
Dutch. I don't think I could do Dutch.
could
Hang
do
on. Let me look up. Let me look up a
Give him a
Arthur,
second.
I have a plan.
Arthur. I can do Dutch.
You can do Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan.
That's all good.
Is that a Arthur? Dutch. Is that a trap?
You're having a stroke?
Dutch.
Arthur,
I'm
Dutch,
getting into character.
Arthur.
That's how I develop voices, Reid. You wouldn't get it.
That sounds like schizophrenia.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Gred Podcast. If you liked it, let us know. Rate us on Spotify or hit that like button. Follow our Instagram at the Gred Podcast. Till next time, want to see our logos grippers? Get us to 1,000 subs. You have 1 week.